And we saw right as we went to break, and if you were watching in picture-in-picture, Riho, we thought, had the upper hand, but Nyla was able to turn the tables. But just as quickly, Riho, in one fell swoop.
Yeah, this would be like, no pun intended, kissing your sister. Count out. Hate him.
Oh, drop toe hold. Great defensive maneuver.
Yeah, very good positioning and timing by our champion, Riho.
Riho.
Oh, she blocked it.
Went for the tiger feint kick, but Nyla got the forearms up. Blocks.
With his power. Strength.
Riho going over the top.
Oh, no, missed.
Nobody home. Riho, double drop kick. Covers, 1, 2, no.
That low drop kick found its mark.
Want to remind our fans we're coming out west of Utah Wednesday, March 11th, the Maverick Center in Salt Lake City, 5:30 local start time. Tickets at AEWTIX.com.
Oh, Samoan drop into the cover, 1, 2, no.
Yeah, Nana's astonished that she didn't get the 3 count there.
JR, I mentioned at the top of the show, Nyla Rose, the last time she was pinned inside an AEW ring was on October 2nd, the night that Riho was crowned the AEW Women's World Champions. And we saw this also on October 2nd, Nyla very nearly decapitating Riho.
It's a huge, powerful woman looking to take flight.
It's a big moment in this match, guys. Oh, my God.
Boy, the execution of that was dirty, but it was damn sure accurate.
And Nyla, look, covers. You're not going to win a world championship like that.
No, you're not, and you're not going to win it, especially against someone with the heart and determination, tenacity of Riho.
Look at this.
Good God.
Big knee off the top rope. You can only imagine the force that Nyla brings with her off the top rope with those knees.
Now Riho, she's not looking good. Those eyes glazed over.
You know, she's the champ. So referee Turner's going to give her the benefit of the doubt. But at some point, you got to think about her welfare.
Look at this. Riho regains her feet.
Atta girl. Fight her off.
Laying in some forearm strikes to the chest of Nyla. Oh, Nyla biting the face of Riho.
Good Lord.
Nyla pulling out all the stops, and now Avalanche Death Valley Driver. She covers. Oh, no!
I don't believe it.
That's the heart. That's the tenacity of Riho.
Oh, God, she took that, and she still gets out of it.
That's heart. The will to win. The will to maintain her championship.
They're chanting Rio's name here.
The only women's champion that we've ever known.
And she's looking for her 5th successful title defense here. But Nyla, oh, look at that. She was looking for one-winged angel there.
That's Kenny Omega's maneuver.
And,
look at that. And that's Kenny Omega's maneuver as well.
Riho got low, popped the hips, hit the Snapdragon suplex. Do it again. Oh, God.
The leverage is incredible from the 98-pound champion who's full of heart and fight and grit.
And bleeding at the mouth to boot, I do believe.
Oh, the running knee strike avoided.
Face right in buried into the turnbuckle.
Nyla hoists up Riho. Riho trying to fight her way back down, but oh, look at this. Nyla steps over. She has the ankle captured.
She did have the ankle captured.
Too elusive. She's too quick, too elusive.
Another low drop kick. The flexibility of Riho is uncanny.
Riho, Northern Lights suplex. 1, 2, no!
Boy, that was so close. Turner's hand was inches away from hitting the canvas for the 3rd and final time.
Yeah, Rose's right shoulder just rolled up in the nick of time.
And Riho headed up top. She's looking for those double foot stomps.
And the cover.
Oh,
1 count.
Out in 1.
Riho may have awakened the giant.
Now the giant just fell down again. Boy, both these ladies have just driven each other to the brink.
Another set of foot stomps. And Riho looking for the trifecta.
Nyla says, don't do it.
Oh, stop
no
to the
avail.
face.
Covered. Puts on the rope. Well, that was some salvation.
So close. Riho was to retaining that Women's World Championship. And now she's got Nyla on her knees, looking for the double knee. Oh!
What a spear. Big time spear.
And Nyla hoists her up. Ace bomb!
Oh, my God, we got a new champ.
Nyla Rose is the new AEW Women's Champion.
Winner of this match, and new AEW Women's World Champion, the Native Beast, Nyla Rose.
You know, JR, Excalibur, many people standing and cheering, not because of who their favorite was, but because they just saw one ass-kicking match. They really did.
That was an incredible matchup, and you saw Nyla Rose. She ratcheted up that aggression. She used her strength and size advantage, and she didn't make any errors, most importantly.
The only time that Nyla left her feet voluntarily, she scored with it. That knee drop off the top rope, and then disrespectfully walking over the former champion. So we have a new champion. Nyla Rose is the king of the mountain in the women's division AEW. I'd like to say that this is a shock. It can't be considered a shock, but what I am amazed about is the resilience and the courage and heart of Riho.
Just kept coming back and fighting, and outside, inside, didn't matter.
I mean, that's been the story of Riho's career, not only here in AEW, but throughout the 13 years of in-ring time she spent. But sooner or later, a force of nature like Nyla Rose will just catch up. And Nyla Rose, I think, by all accounts, wrestled a perfect match here tonight. And that's what it took to beat Riho.
Excellent point. And eliminating errors. Not taking stupid chances that you can't recover from. Good game plan by Nyla Rose. Big and powerful. The question is, who's woman enough to beat her?
Well,
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan there. Congratulate Nyla.
Yeah.
And
Tony. I've never seen anything quite like this. Kenny Omega.
Congratulations. All your base belong to us, Kenny. Where's everybody at, huh? Got a few people over here. Where's the party? Jericho got a party. There was bubbly. There was grapes. Don't I get some bubbly? Don't I get one grape, something? It's over now. It's not over. It's just beginning. So that's how it is.
Omega
All
biting his
this
tongue.
disrespect that I've gotten in this company since I stepped here day one. Now I'm the champ. Handful of people here to greet me. There wasn't even any applause. You guys just standing around like
Those are her contenders.
Big Swole, Dr. Baker.
Yeah, make sure you say doctor.
All right.
Chris Statlander,
Bunny, Chris Statlander.
librarian Leva Bates, all
New champ, guys.
waiting in the wings. And you have to imagine all five of those women would like nothing more than a shot at the new AEW Women's World Champion, Nyla Rose.
Well, Britt Baker told me. I mean, I looked right into her big brown eyes, and she said that she was the number 2, right? She was the first one signed by AEW, is what the doctor said.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite. I'm Lexi Nair, and I'm standing here with Jericho and the Inner Circle.
Mr. Jericho.
Mr. Jericho, I heard you have some big news for next week.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I got some really big news for next week. You know, John Moxley, last week, when you took a car key from a $750,000 vehicle that you stole from us and shoved it into the eye of Santana, you proved to us that you are a piece of trash. Human garbage. The lowest level scumbag that we've ever seen. It makes me sick to even think that I have to stand across the ring from you and give you an AEW championship match at Revolution on February 29th. But I'm gonna do it, because I'm an honorable man. But what I did do, Mox, as a little surprise to you, was I scoured the globe, looking for an assassin, a hitman, a bounty hunter, to tear you apart, limb from limb. So if you're lucky enough and stupid enough to survive Santana tonight, next week, you get to face a man who's been touring the world for years, beating the crap out of people and ending careers. His name is Jeff Cobb. So this week, Santana's gonna take you to the darkness. Next week, Jeff Cobb is gonna give you a tour of the islands and, more importantly, a dash of reality that you will never beat Chris Jericho. I always thought I would see you in the inner circle, Mox. But now, I'll see you in hell.
Steel cage match in Atlanta. There is no match at Revolution.
The kid made a deal. He gave his word. And in the Rhodes family, that word is gold. Oh my God. Oh my, you want to get this little son of a bitch so bad against me. Too quick one. I just hate to see this. Oh, Lord Almighty. Oh, my God. Get up, go. He's going to treat like an animal.
Oh! Across the chest.
And MJF is...
But look at MJF's demeanor.
You know, he thought he had a bag here. He thought this match with Cody would never happen after tonight.
And now we are inching closer to Revolution. The next stop for all of this is Atlanta in a cage.
Oh,
God.
Oh, God.
What the hell? That son of a bitch. And we're happy to be joined by Brandy Rhodes. Brandy, sorry you had to watch all that again, but thank you for taking time to be with us.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you, Excalibur, for inviting me. I know we've had some rough times. I hope I'm welcome.
Water under the bridge, Randy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it was rough watching that, I know, and I know it on your face. We could see all the emotion of what Cody had to go through.
That's what a wife would do, Tony.
Yeah, I know.
A good wife.
And now the cage match is next week.
That was one of the hardest things I've ever watched.
Right.
So now going into a cage match with a man who hit my husband harder than anything I've ever seen in my entire life, it's an obstacle for sure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see MJF in action here momentarily against Jungle Boy Jack Perry. And Brandy, you're invited to stay with us as long as you choose. You'll be treated with respect at this table. I guarantee it.
Thank you, Jim.
This bout is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied to the ring by Wardlow from Plainview, Long Island, New York. Weighing 216 pounds, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF.
Well, MJF giving Wardlow the ring and I guess dismissing him for the moment. This should be interesting. MJF's going to go this alone, folks. This another main event. We'll start it in just one moment.
Well, he turned and he acknowledged Brandy. I don't know if that was trying to rub salt in the wound or not.
I think he honestly realized I wasn't paying any attention to him, and he had to do anything he could to get my attention. That's the kind of guy that he is. He needs everybody paying attention to him all at the same time.
I've never seen such a pompous jerk. Look, he knocked Frank Gastineau over, one of our ring crew. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
He's a jerk. What's it going to take?
Plain and simple.
I mean, you're on something that he's a jerk, yeah, sure, but he's also a very jealous person.
So somebody makes a poster, they bring it to AEW Wrestling just so MJF can tear it up.
Spending hours of their free time and
wow. Dave LaGreca never looked so good.
This is usually the point where he finds an attractive woman and he asks her to kiss the ring. I guess maybe not tonight.
Well, he's very picky, you know.
yeah, he did give that ring to Wardlow, and he sent Wardlow to the back. Very uncharacteristic of MJF. I think maybe he thinks he doesn't need Mr. Mayhem.
Oh, my God.
Hey, that could be a $2 beer.
Or it could be a $12 beer.
Yeah. Well, I haven't bought a beer in a while.
Scooby-Doo's with us.
Okay. I'm glad that he didn't go after Scooby. That
Yeah,
was
me too. That was
really, really over the top.
He's so arrogant and so confident. Do you realize, MJF, what awaits you?
Yeah, MJF is on a collision course with Cody at Revolution on February 29th, available on Fight TV.
Is that the guy that he just kicked?
Yeah, but it's Frank Gastineau, one of our ring crew guys. Now he's telling him, get the beer up. The beer that he knocked into the ring. What the hell?
And MJF still not satisfied with the job Frank did.
I'd rather have a colonoscopy than take a car trip to MJF. Good grief.
That's all he can do, man.
I think he likes when people call him that.
I think it drives him. I do too.
Is he just that insecure?
And his opponent from Valley Village, weighing 157 pounds, Jungle Boy!
Jungle Boy Jack Perry, the son of the amazing actor Luke Perry, of course. We talked about that here many times. And I admire the fact that Jack is going to go this alone, like we hope that MJF will as well. May the best man win.
You know, I really like Jungle Boy. He's one of my favorite people here at AEW, but if he could whip MJF's ass right now, he would be my absolute favorite person in this entire company. I've never been rooting so hard for somebody.
Well, I think we're behind you on that, Brandy. I really do, and I think we can all say that Jungle Boy has had a great run here in AEW. He pushed Chris Jericho to that time limit draw. Jericho never pinned him.
Very true.
And so let's see what he can do here.
And Tony and JR, this is not your first rodeo. You've been around the business. When you have a 22-year-old Jungle Boy, a 23-year-old Maxwell Jacob Friedman that are this good already, we could be seeing the future main event from 10 years from now.
Jungle Boy's quicker than a hiccup, no doubt about that. This could be a pay-per-view main event sooner than later as these guys continue to improve. And, of course, MJF feels that he's already at the top of the mountain. He should be headlining pay-per-views now.
Well, he's going to be at Revolution, and Cody with that one more obstacle in front of him. Oh! In that cage match next week.
MJF grabbing a handful of hair of Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy goes for the trip. MJF.
What the heck?
He's showing off tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be showing off with somebody as quick as Jungle Boy. He'll make you look stupid pretty quick.
MJF goes for the trip. Jungle Boy ducks under the leapfrog. Cartwheels up and over MJF. Side headlock takeover. Leg scissors there by MJF. Jungle Boy so quick. You're exactly right, JR. 1, 2. Oh! MJF bridges out. Went for the backslide. Jungle Boy all through. Inside cradle. 1, 2.
Countered.
Fans standing on that. He is with him move for move.
Jungle Boy taking MJF off his feet.
Who's frustrated now is MJF.
But see, MJF wants him to lose his cool. That's what he wanted Cody to do last week.
Absolutely, because if he would have touched him, all of this would have been off, of course.
That's right.
Yeah, those 10 lashes would have been for nothing.
I know Cody's not here tonight, Brandy, but is he feeling a little bit better?
You know, I think every day that we draw closer to him being able to get his hands on MJF is a good day. So each day we get closer, he's going to feel a lot better. And he will feel amazing if Jack can pull this off.
Look at Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy Jack lighting it up here.
He is looking great. And if he comes away with a victory here tonight, that will destroy MJF's confidence headed into Revolution on February 29th.
If this 22-year-old can continue to improve, Jungle Boy is going to be at the top of the card much sooner than later. And I think MJF knows that, and he wants to eliminate every rival.
Yeah, I mean, I think MJF looks across the ring at Jungle Boy. He sees his future, a potential rival, a potential world championship title contender.
See, that's so unnecessary. Grab a man by the hair because he has longer hair than you.
It's brutal. But Brandy, MJF has proven time after time again that he is nothing but disrespectful.
There's the head coach himself, Arn Anderson, watching backstage.
Arn looking on at MJF's strategy, what he could perceive to be his strengths and weaknesses.
What a great pickup that was for Cody. Randy to have Arn in his corner.
Absolutely. And I feel like Arn is seeing a lot of the weaknesses here, a lot of this showboating, a lot of this trying to get under the skin of the crowd instead of just paying attention to your opponent.
Well, MJF is in charge. Jungle Boy is in trouble. And we're going to take a very quick break, but you don't have to go anywhere.
Arn Anderson was watching intently backstage, but what a weird angle to watch a TV at.
You would think it would hurt its neck or something.
Huh. Flat screen's really designed watched head on.
The torso of Jungle Boy being assaulted.
And MJF bringing Jungle Boy back into the ring the hard way. And referee Aubrey Edwards doing everything she can. Keep MJF.
Well, you disqualify his ass. He gets a loser's share of the purse, and you take it from there.
I agree.
That's one solution.
Absolutely, I agree, JR.
One solution.
One thing that I don't understand is we saw at the very beginning of the match, MJF is actually very capable in the ring. He's very confident in the ring. He knows his stuff. So why does he resort to things like pulling hair and poking eyes? I just don't understand why he can't just be competitive.
Well, I guess the only answer to that, Brandy, would be some people are just not good people.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
they're just not
sometimes
good people.
You just got to call a spade a spade.
Right,
He's a bad dude.
Either that or MJF's purported confidence is only skin deep. You know, I mean, he could be very insecure.
Also probably true.
Oh, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. MJF looking to close the deal. Got a near fall.
It was a high backbreaker. That got him right below the shoulder blades. Upper back.
And MJF, you can see the wheels spinning there. Jungle Boy has proven himself extremely capable inside those four corners. Pushing, as you mentioned, AEW World Champion Chris Jericho to that 10-minute time limit draw. The only imperfection on Jericho's record here, singles competition.
That's true. I actually had forgotten about that until you said something.
The pace has slowed down to where MJF can manage it. And manage it he is.
Yeah, and this type of pace behooves MJF in his game plan. More methodical, more punishing. Oh!
Wow.
We're back live on TNT. MJF, Jungle Boy Jack Perry going one-on-one in this 20-minute time limit event. And right now, Jungle Boy's got to mount some offense, turn the tide, get some momentum, and that's a good start.
Wow. Jim, you called for it, and it happened. Maybe you could keep doing this, and hopefully we'll see the outcome we want on this match. But you know what, you guys? I feel like the biggest thing that MJF is afraid of right now is Cody winning that cage match. I think he's terrified of that. What would that say about him, and what would that say about Wardlow?
It's so unpredictable because we don't know what Wardlow's got in his tank. Is the lower back and the torso of Jungle Boy Jack is aching him right now.
Yeah, roll on the outside.
Drill and rush. Firing up.
Oh, top base, suicida by Jungle Boy. He returns to the ring. Looking for a second one. Connects with MJF.
And both times Jungle Boy lands on his feet. He's like a cat.
And now,
Trace.
Over the top. Top base, caught Hero.
Jungle Boy's lower back has got to be killing him.
Look at these people. They're on their feet. They're going crazy.
Jim, you mentioned to Brandy, well, I've done this for a few years. Your new book's coming out, Under the Black Cat, March 31st. And fans can order it online. And I got a chance to read the advance copy. It's just an incredible read.
Thank you, Tom.
It really is.
Thank you.
Pre-order now.
Good folks at Simon & Schuster. It's going to be good for AEW. It's going to be good for everybody. I think you're going to love the book.
You certainly will.
And we saw right there the punishment to the lower back by MJF, catching up with Jungle Boy. Oh, the poison Marana planting MJF on the top of his head.
That's it.
1, 2,
holding Jack down.
MJF has never been pinned or submitted inside an AEW ring. What a boost to Jungle Boy's career if he would be the first man to do so, especially ahead of Revolution.
Can't get frustrated, though. He was pounding the mat that time. Got to stay focused, go right back to the attack.
Here's the thing, fellas and lady. I think that Jungle Boy cannot afford to make any catastrophic mistakes. The high risk, the top rope, the misses.
He's been favoring that lower back, but now trying to deadlift MJF. Yeah.
His back apparently is spasming. When he got Bell's palsy 3 times, saying spasming is a main event affair.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Jungle Boy left himself a little open there.
He was exposed, and now MJF got
a lot of strength. MJF's got a lot of strength.
He's got to get out of here.
Just center of the ring. Jungle Boy with nowhere to go.
Aubrey Everett's in great position to see if there's a submission.
He didn't tap before, so let's hope he doesn't tap this time.
Hang in there,
Come
kid.
on. Come on, Jack.
Deep water for Jungle Boy. He escapes. Rolls up. 1, 2. No.
Nice roll up.
Ducks the clothesline attempt, but laces in that boot to the jaw to MJF in one smooth motion. Puts himself in position to head up top.
Jungle Boy in that no man's land. A rough landing.
Hey, Brandy! You can have a real man!
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. Shut up. Have some respect, will you? You little jerk.
Thank you, Jim. You don't have to do that for me. I appreciate it. Nobody's paying him any attention.
Jungle Boy paying attention.
Counter.
Oh, the running Liger bomb. 1, 2. Oh!
I want to tell you something. Aubrey was in great position, but the momentum from MJF. Oh, wait. Look who's back.
Mr. Mayhem himself, Wardlow.
We should have known.
I think that gesture he was making was calling for Wardlow, not me.
Oh, look at this Jungle Boy. Laying in some shots. And Wardlow.
Of course.
Oh,
he can't do anything by himself. He can't just do anything honest. I knew this before they became friends. Before he became friends with Cody, I knew this. I called it. I said it.
Oh! That loaded right hand, that monster ring, just caught
Dynamite Diamond catching Jungle Boy right between the eyes.
right between dead center of the eyes. And the most arrogant man in the state of Texas right now, MJF, has a huge advantage. Can he close his deal?
Yeah, the kid's out.
Oh, the double cross.
And on to Atlanta we go.
The winner of this match, MJF.
As soon as we saw Wardlow appear, that spelled disaster for Jungle Boy.
I honestly can't wait for Atlanta. I know that sounds weird, me being the wife having to watch a cage match, but I've seen my husband in many cage matches, and I know what he's willing to do, especially in Atlanta.
Right.
That big jerk has no idea. Can't wait.
The first ever, oh, look at this, cheap shot.
Wardlow with
There's a,
Jungle Boy up with a shoulder. Oh!
Here comes Jungle Express.
Yep. Speaking of big guys, one of the biggest.
Luchasaurus and
But look at this. Wardlow wants no piece of Luchasaurus.
no, and the little guy, Marco's stunt, saying to their partner, but there's the damage. Big Wardlow in the first ever steel cage match next Wednesday night in Atlanta at State Farm Arena.
Join us live on Saturday, February 29th for AEW's first pay-per-view event of the decade.
Moxley, Jericho World Championship.
This is what the world has been waiting for.
You think you have what it takes to beat the champion?
Moxley and Jericho have got to fight for the AEW Championship.
All Elite Wrestling presents Revolution, live Saturday, February 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on pay-per-view.
ShopAEW.com is the exclusive home for all your favorite All Elite Wrestling official apparel and gear. With Valentine's Day right around the corner, log on today and check out all these amazing new items. Starting on Friday, February 14th through February 29th, AEW is donating 20% of proceeds from the I Love AEW t-shirt to the American Heart Association's Atlanta Go Red for Women's campaign in honor of American Heart Month. Shop AEW.com. Find the perfect gift for your loved ones today.
Word on the street, Kenny, is that you're done. That you are a husk, a shadow of who you once were, on a slippery slope to mediocrity. Truth is, you've not been the same since I choked you out in Chicago. And I understand, Kenny. I understand why your self-confidence is shot. I understand why you've neglected all of your friends in their moment of peril. And I understand that all of this, all of your problems, they're all because of me. You know that I am the goddamn best, and you know the depth of my conviction, and that haunts you. You're scared, Kenny, as you should be. No more ducking and no more dodging. You have 2 weeks, and then I get my rubber match. 30 minutes! 30 whole minutes with the bloody best in the world. Aren't you a lucky, lucky bastard?
Well, let me tell you something. That is a dangerous human being right there.
Yes, it
Who's very, very focused.
He has a laser-like focus. We saw him training there in Newcastle, right under the shadow of the Tyne Bridge, and he is on a collision course with Kenny Omega.
Next week, Tony, Atlanta. We love that city.
Yes, sir. One of the great venues in America, State Farm Arena. Talking about a collision course. Cody and Wardlow, the first ever cage match ever in AEW, will be next week live here on Dynamite in Atlanta. We'll also have next week the Tag Team Battle Royal. The winner of the Tag Team Battle Royal will get a World Tag Team title shot at Revolution. That'll happen next week. And just added for the AEW Tag Team Championship, Omega and Hangman will defend against the last team to ever beat them, the Lucha Brothers, also a team that pinned them in that 8-man tag team match.
AEWTIX.com. There's tickets still remaining. You want to join us for that? And then in 2 weeks in Kansas City.
2 weeks, the Iron Man match, another first for AEW. The Bastard Pack, Kenny Omega, the rubber match. The best score after 30 minutes comes out the winner.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, just announced for our pay-per-view, February 29th, Saturday night, downtown Chicago. It's final. Crowd loves it. You're going to love it. Jake Hager finally gets in the ring, in the AEW ring, and he will fight Dustin Rhodes. And that will be in Chicago. It's sold out, so all I see is on pay-per-view. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it's called an eye for an eye, because it truly is. With a huge backstory. Moxley, Santana. It's going to be something else, and then here's when it all started.
It's biblical, JR. It is literally eye for an eye. Moxley blinded by Jericho, turning the tables, gouging that car key into the eye of Santana.
So Moxley retaliates. That's what he did. And he did get even. It was an eye for an eye.
Well, you had that interview earlier that we saw with Santana. He is laser focused tonight. It is going to be quite a battle.
The champion, the vaunted AEW World Champion. We got a little suite here tonight at the HEB Center.
Escorted by Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, and the man that will face Dustin Rhodes at Revolution on February 29th, Jake Hager.
Look at that great crowd shot. A lot of folks here tonight in Cedar Park, Texas, in the shadow of the state capital, Austin. This is a great school district, too, in Cedar Park. They put out a lot of great football players.
This whole state does, JR.
Yeah, I think a lot of them come to Norman.
Boy, I threw that softball up in the air and you knocked down the park, buddy.
The sing-along breaking out here in the HEB Center.
Well, that's very moving. Well, I prefer to see a main event.
How about the obstacle that Jericho talked about earlier? That he was thrown in front of Moxley.
Oh, my God.
If Moxley survives now.
So do you realize what kind of athlete Jeff Cobb is? Jeff Cobb next week in an AEW ring? That's huge news in my book.
Yeah, former Olympian. 2004 games.
This is your main event of the evening. Scheduled for one fall or TV time remaining. Being accompanied to the ring by Ortiz from New York, New York. Weighing 205 pounds, Santana.
Look how fired up Santana is.
You heard his backstory. This blinding thing is deeply personal. He said, well, how can it not be? Well, when you got a backstory of this kid, his father passing away on New Year's Eve. Folks,
and his opponent from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 231 pounds, Moxley!
an amazing ovation for the Hellraiser, the maestro of mayhem, if you will.
The big boss, whatever you want to call him. Jon Moxley is here, and he's here to fight.
We may be calling him the champ before too long, because on February 29th, the only way to see it, if you don't already have a ticket, because they're sold out in Chicago, we'll be downtown, big time. Moxley, Jericho.
The reaction on Jericho's face when Moxley came out. Look at that.
Concern.
Yes, it is. It should be.
I believe Mox had one of his new iPads available tonight on shopaew.com.
Get out of here.
Hey, I got a text message. Come on. Also, while we're at it, stay tuned after the top of the hour. TNT Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
Our movie here tonight.
Here's a Godzilla in his own right coming out.
I went there on my second date. Getting married this September.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Don't worry. We'll get you again. There he is. Here's the thing. Moxley's got issues with a suite. Jericho. Oh! The fight is on.
You damn right it is.
The fight is on, and it is going to be rugged.
And you know, come on, guys. Each guy has an eye that has been injured, so they're going to try to take the other eye out to blind the guy. You get the definite advantage.
And then you have Ortiz waiting in the wings with that mad ball, that weapon, that loaded sock.
Oh, chop.
And this match hasn't even officially started yet.
Two one-eyed men.
In an ass-kicking contest.
Yes,
exactly.
That's right. And they got Rick Knox here to try to restore some order. And you're right, the bell's not even sounded here.
The match is not started.
Not started, so they could basically get away with anything here.
And usually Santana and Ortiz, a very intense, very, very roughhousing type of team. But now with Santana sent over the barricade.
Santana a little head of steam there, got out of control. Moxley took advantage. Boy, Moxley's in great shape. He is lean in fighting shape. Oh! And don't think he came to AEW for anything other than to be the top guy.
And Ortiz, we saw him put forth a valiant effort against Jon Moxley last week, but Moxley in that paradigm shift DDT proved to be too much.
I assume when both of them get in the ring, the bell will ring. There you go.
And now officially Santana's first singles match in 457 days gets underway.
JR, you and I have seen many great brawlers throughout the years. Moxley ranks up there with the best of them, doesn't he?
He really does. Exactly.
And you're going to be seeing excitement like this when we return to Boston Wednesday, April 15th at the Agganis Center, at the arena there at Boston University, in Philadelphia at the Licoris Center on Wednesday, April 22nd. And don't forget Double or Nothing, our pay-per-view at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Make your plans right now to join us for Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, Moxley takes flight. Tickets for all three of those events go on sale this Friday, Valentine's Day, February 14th, AEW Tix, TIX.com.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yes, sir. We're going everywhere, man, and we're bringing the athletes with us.
Our brand is growing. Yeah, oh, Moxley got too close to the steel there. Santana able to avoid the contact. Use the look at the eye.
That's right.
Oh, Moxley,
oh my God!
Perilously close. And Ortiz trying to block Rick Knox's vision, but
Moxley fights out of it, out of desperation.
And Jon Moxley, he's had over a month to adjust to wrestling in that eye patch. This is Santana's first match since his eye was gouged by Moxley in those car keys. Baseball slide dropkick takes Moxley down. The action will continue. Stick with us on Picture in Picture. And we'll be right back. Knife edge chop to the chest by Santana there.
You got to wonder how long these guys can simply beat the hell out of each other before somebody fades away. And that fade away needs to be 3 seconds.
Your interview that you did with Santana, he talked about his backstory and talked about his rough upbringing and living in an apartment in the Bronx. Well, there was a tough upbringing for Jon Moxley, too, in his road to get here. So both have come up a very tough way into this business. And here they are.
Look at this.
One of the biggest stages in the world. Just trying to gouge the other eye out.
Nothing fancy, nothing technical about it. That's street fighting.
Certainly no surprise. And Ortiz is being one large pain in the ass. Distracting at every turn in the road.
That's his role here, I guess. I mean, the inner circle sends him out. The inner circle says to Jon Moxley, guess what? If you survive Santana, you got Jeff Cobb waiting in the wings.
Well, that's really not fair.
Well, no, it's not.
Jeff Cobb is one of the most dynamic, powerful wrestlers in the entire world.
One of the hottest free agents. And once again, Chris Jericho scoring a big coup, bringing in Cobb, the 2004 Olympian, as a bounty hunter. Oh! Cracked him with that enziguri.
Enziguri leg hooked. Moxley's really having problems with his eye patch.
Yeah, he is. You're right. And the eye patch seems to be staying put for Santana.
That's an equipment issue.
Look at this.
Oh, little hands. Look at,
exactly. Just
digging his fingers into the good eye of Jon Moxley is Santana.
Moxley fighting his way up to a vertical position.
We're back live here on TNT, Austin, Texas. This is the main event. Santana and Moxley one-on-one, both with limited vision in one eye.
What explosion by Moxley, and a double axe handle from the other side.
And thus far, the limited vision does not seem to have afflicted either man all that much, but that could change at a moment's notice. We saw during the break, Santana was going after the good eye of Jon Moxley, trying to blind him fully.
Shoulders down.
Santana breaks free. Oh, look at this.
Look at the arm breaker.
The Wakagatame, the Fujiwara arm bar. He had it locked off. And watching high above here in the HEB Center is Le Champion himself, Chris Jericho.
And he's not there alone.
Never is.
Oh.
Wow.
Release German suplex, Jon Moxley, so powerful. And there we see Jericho, Le Champion, along with Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara.
Jericho looks very dapper tonight in that Elton John style jacket.
Moxley charging in, eats a boot for his trouble. And
oh God! Oh, what resourceful offense from Santana. That was a brilliant move.
Santana, much like Ortiz a week ago, does not show any signs of rust when it comes to singles matches. He is comporting himself extremely well here tonight against the #1 contender to Chris Jericho's AEW World Championship.
Whoa! Santana may have waited a little long for his opportunity.
Santana rolls through.
Oh, the cutter.
Beautiful cutter. Cover. 1, 2. No.
A little arrogant pin that time.
Yeah, that back on chest cover ain't going to get it done.
No, you're right.
They're having a little bubbly. Somebody can send us some bubbly sometime.
We never get it, do we?
No. Pile driver. Oh, my God.
Stalling pile driver and the cover. Moxley.
He kicked a little bit.
Yeah, but he got that near shoulder up. That's all it took.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a definitive kick out. So that tells me that Moxley may be fading somewhat.
What a brutal brawl that we have in front of us. It didn't take long for both these guys to just almost lay each other out.
I say it's a slobber knocker, Tony.
I think so, JR.
It's a slobber knocker without a doubt. A restaurant quality slobber knocker.
And now Santana up to the top rope. Oh, went for the frog splash, but Moxley with the knees up.
When you leave your feet without any other reason but for offense, sometimes you get caught in midair. That's what happened right there. It was somewhat predictable, but I realize also if Santana had hit it, the match would be over.
That's called a high-risk move for a reason.
It's a high-risk move, but it was a slow get to the point of attack, and that's what the key there was.
And look, Ortiz creeping.
He's got that weapon in his hand.
And
Rick Knox is watching.
Rick Knox spots it.
There you go. Good refereeing.
Oh! Santana and Ortiz.
A little bit of friendly fire in the cover.
Woo! Oh, how close is that?
Blocks that lariat. Oh, thrust kick across the jaw.
A beautiful block by Santana. Scores the kick. My God, inside out, upside down. What impact on that clothesline?
Jon Moxley, so dangerous, so devastating with those clotheslines.
Man, what a great program we're witnessing. Top to bottom tonight.
Moxley firing up. I'm thinking paradigm shift. I'm not thinking top rope.
No, but he's headed up top.
I see that.
And
the heck?
Ortiz.
Well, that's either a hell of a lot of saliva or somebody just wasted a beer.
And he put it right into the
look,
good eye.
He's got the flask in his hand, some sort of alcohol.
Oh, my God.
He spit alcohol in the good eye of Jon Moxley.
And now Moxley completely blinded to the cannonball senton from Santana.
Moxley couldn't even see that one coming. And at some point, the referee's going to evaluate this situation we're in.
Santana up to the top. He's looking for the frog splash. 1, 2. No!
Oh. Man, that was a long two, huh?
And just think about this. Jon Moxley, after tonight, has to go to Atlanta, Georgia next week and meet Chris Jericho's bounty hunter, the hottest free agent in pro wrestling, Jeff Cobb, the 2004 Olympian, and a man that could ragdoll Jon Moxley at a moment's notice.
And that is if Jon Moxley is medically cleared. And right now, it doesn't look too good for him, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you something, Jeff Cobb, I've called many of his matches. He's extraordinary. He'll remind you of Dr. Death Steve Williams as Moxley tries a big right hand, but his equilibrium's off. His peripheral vision is off.
And Moxley, oh, look at this, Moxley.
Moxley
thumb in the eye of Santana.
That's in the bad eye. That's right underneath the patch.
Santana now.
Look, John doesn't know where to go.
No, he
has no idea where his opponent is.
Things have been getting dark for Santana.
And he's just blindly fighting it.
Yeah! Oh, my! Thunderous paradigm shift. The cover. Trying to hook the leg. And he got it. Moxley wins it. Moxley wins it. And now the assault from Ortiz.
Not giving Jon Moxley a moment's respite. And just laying in right hands and digging his thumbs into the eyes of Jon Moxley.
You know good and well this was going to happen if he won. Oh, my God, here they all come.
Here comes
Jericho, Hager, and Guevara.
Hager and Sammy, the Mexican God, doing their damage and the bidding for the champion. Now, there ain't going to be enough of Moxley next week for Jeff Cobb to get a piece of.
No, it's not. And if he can be medically cleared, he will be in that match. And like I said before, it's not looking that way right now.
Yeah, doubtful at best, Tony. after having that alcohol blown into his eye.
He's being choked now.
Oh, the mad
Come
ball.
on. Where are the referees, for God's sakes?
Oh!
Look at this.
And Hager, look at that, holding Moxley prone as they just... This is reminiscent of what we saw MJF do to Cody last week.
They're trying to make sure, now we talked about medically cleared for Atlanta. They're trying to make sure he doesn't make it to Revolution is what they're trying to do.
Boy, this is nothing more than a gang assault, a mugging, a brutalization from the Inner Circle to the one man they must eliminate. It tells me Jericho is damn Jericho. Oh my gosh, Sammy. But Jericho's very concerned about the title match on February 29th, Revolution.
What else can they hit him with here? I mean, there's absolutely has no defense at all. He can't even stand up.
Yeah, Guevara with that 630 senton, and now Le Champion deigning to take off his sartorial specialty, and the Judas effect!
The back elbow just put Moxley down. If he hits that February 29th, Moxley will lose.
And the symbolic cover right there. Chris Jericho standing tall over Jon Moxley. And
what's he doing now?
Beckoning to the back.
My God, you cannot be serious. Jeff Cobb.
Jericho's bounty hunter, his mercenary.
Maybe the baddest man in all the land.
I would agree, man. If he hooks you, oh my God, are you going to be up?
Oh, he's sent him on a tour of the islands.
The power, the brutality that Jeff Cobb can bring is insurmountable. And in Atlanta, in 1 week, it will be Jon Moxley, Jeff Cobb, first time ever, one-on-one in AEW.
The Inner Circle has just gotten more lethal and stronger and more dangerous than ever before.
Fans, thanks for being with us. We'll see you next Wednesday night in Atlanta.